and good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. Welcome to this new year live podcast, the podcast for the soul, for the School of Conscious Evolution. I just wanted to welcome my first guest of the year, which I have the honor to host, trance medium Rickie Avitan. Welcome, Rickie, and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you and everybody else.
Oh, that's brilliant. First of all, I wanted to apologize for my voice. I've been having a bit of flu, so the voice abandoned me a little bit. It's coming back now, so it's all good. So I thought of doing this first introductory podcast with Rickie because I was guided by spirit to get the first of the year to actually get everyone in the zone to prepare ourselves for what to come, to achieve our dreams, to get guidance. And Rickie, Rickie and I have met personally in person a couple of years ago, 1.5 years ago, maybe. So, and I really connected from the heart space with her. And so, Rickie, how was your break? How was your holidays?
Thank you very much, Daniela, for having me here today. I'm excited to start the year with this podcast. Holidays were very little, actually. I worked and took some time off for some silent retreat just to restore and come back to self. So it was really marvelous just to be with self, with God, with spirit, and it was massively nourishing time, even though just few days that taken to self-care. So self-care is really important, particularly as we're moving in these times, as we are having this change in vibration, frequency, people call it awakening. So self-care and self-realization and understanding of what we are moving through is imperative at this time. So it's nice to take a little few moments and to realize this is good. This is good. So yeah, thank you, Daniela. And a wonderful, really wonderful to start the year with upliftment and with the knowledge that we walk together. We walk together with one another, we walk together with spirit, and we walk together with God. And that's what it's all about, to change, not just to self, but to change whoever is ready to embrace the change.
Absolutely. And I do feel that the messages that will be coming through today from Spirit will be pretty much around this topic. I know they have been talking to me quite a lot exactly about this. And the self-care and awakenings, they go hand in hand, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. So I just wanted to say good evening and welcome to our followers, Anne, Harry, Phil, Nancy, Nina, and thank you, and good morning, and good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. We've got some people following us from the US as well at the moment. And as we have just started, Dana, good evening. We just started. Again, apologies for my voice. It is on its way back. It's positive news of the day. So it's brilliant. So before we start, let's give time for people to join us, and for the connection to reach everybody out there is meant to be joining us today. Um, what are your plans for the year in terms of work, traveling? I understand, I think I might have read that you will be coming back to the UK again this year for some courses.
Yes, that is correct. So my new series, a trance mediumship workshop, starting in January 18, and goes all the way to June. And we most likely will be traveling to UK in April, and then Finland and Denmark in October, November. Simone Key is coming to Vancouver in September for a trance mediumship workshop. So it's just incredible. And so we are evolving in Vancouver, British Columbia, accepting and learning trance, and to be able to bring this phenomena, also to bring the connection between people and what's already there, their guides, and to work with it, or just for their own development. That's an absolute, it's a flower for me. It's like a lotus flower that is just flourishing and coming out. So as I move through the teaching, I always tell people in every single workshop, we clear up our mud. As we clear up our mud, we able to delve deeper into that communion, into that relationship and connection. So lots of incredible goodies that are all posted on my website. Also, Frederick Agland and I are going to do a demonstration of mediumship in February. So yeah, if you're interested, you can take a look at my website, Rickie Avitan Psychic Trance Medium, and it's all out there. Also, I have YouTube channel, and we have messages from Spirit. And a beautiful message was given the other day, God opinion. What's God opinion? Does he have an opinion? What is it? It's just, I would listen to it like 4 times, and every time I listen, I get a new nugget, a new information. It's so good. It's so good to just to know that we spirit, not the physical body. The physical body allows the opportunity to do the action in our world, but we, the spirit within, that have this connection. Once we able to tap into that presence, that the inspiration, the intuition, the higher consciousness, the view and wisdom that we experience with our experiences, all take a different form and different change and different perspective. So life, it's much easier. Even when we get sick, it's not feeling so awful as it was before. As it was, that's right, Daniela. That's right, before. So it's just so good to know that we have an opportunity to change our life here. And what I mean by that is to change and elevate our consciousness. Our spirit friends continuously giving us messages. It's not the soul we need to change, but it's our mind. It's our mind. And as we change and raise our consciousness, our mind changes. So perspective, attitudes, experiences change along with it. Yeah.
It is very interesting you're saying that, because I think this is what this semi-technical word ascension is all about. Some people say, "Oh, why do you use these words? We don't understand what they are about." And it's exactly what you explained. It's our inner transformation in line with the new vibrational energies which we are experiencing, the awakening of waves of souls that are walking on earth, and they start asking questions, and they want to uh, start understanding, and they have this innate curiosity to explore the unknown and what's beyond, and really what is our soul about and our purpose. And people are asking more and more about, their purpose. And for me personally, I believe strongly in the power of attraction, and and when I work with spirit, I always ask spirit, send my way the people that need my energy or my healing. And so what happens that most of them are actually in the process of awakening. They're not someone that are already conscious, they're training, and they're looking to further um, uh, develop and go deeper into the process. I am about the fledglings, if you like, the souls, the babies, if you like. They are awakening and they need guidance, and therefore they need my energy to be led with love, understanding, and patience somehow. This is how I define what I offer. And this is what they look for, right? Um, and so I wanted to say again, good evening and welcome to Tracy, to Eva, to Sheila Martin. Welcome, Sheila. Hope you're well. Now, we have Phil that is referring to one of your statements saying, excellent trance training.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Phil. Yes, very good.
He's saying so much needed in these times of awakening.
Yes.
And I feel, don't you find, Rickie, that more and more we've been asked to work as a trance medium rather than just passing on the messages as mediums.
Yes, I agree. In my experience, initially, when I began years ago, it was the mediumship part. And as I evolved, Rickie herself evolved and begin the deeper relationship with the spirit team and understanding of vibration, frequency, trance, then the people begin to come and ask for that. And so it goes hand in hand. We can offer what we are and who we are. And so unless we are an imposters or opposing, but we can only offer what we are and who we are. And as we evolve, we're able to offer again. And I know at this moment, at this time in my own personal life, there is another movement. I don't really understand it, to be honest with you, but there is another movement transition that is awakening is taking place, realization taking place, trance taking place, and now there is another transition. Where I'm going, I don't know. So I continuously tell people that movement and transformation takes place in different ways, in different forms, in different times in our lives. And as it takes in different times in our lives, then the understanding of it changes. In the past, maybe about 6 months ago, maybe a little bit more than that, one of my spirit friends have given a message about the ascension. And he talked about a complete confusion in our earthly life about what is ascension. People think they ascend the soul. No, he talked about ascension of the mind. And we ascend the mind, you see, through the experiences. So how do we realize when we have repetitive experiences, something within us is evoked to say, what's going on in here? Let me take a look. And that let me take a look, it's a beginning of a process of purging, a beginning of a process of cleaning the house, cleaning the inner. And as you do that beginning, which is a beginning of awakening, so a lot of people will come to us at that space telling us we are feeling so lost. because what they like, what they love, what they knew, how they did it, it begins to change. It loses the taste. The taste doesn't taste the same anymore. If you enjoy a steak dinner, it's not enjoyable anymore. If you enjoy a company of these friends, it's not enjoyable anymore as it used to be. And so people begin, and then with that begin the process of awakening, which take forms in different times, in different places, but I do not believe it ever ends. It takes continuity of hard work, dedication, and commitment to this development. So, yes, more and more people are coming for trance. Why? Because more and more people are awakening to the presence of their own spirit, the presence of the spirit guide, the spirit friends, I call them, and most and foremost, the presence of the power of consciousness, the presence of God. And for me, that is what it's all about. It's that bringing the invisible to be visible, because it's always been there, the invisible always there. It's never not been there. That frequency that we're talking about, it's always been there. It's never not been there. But it's us coming to it. It's us coming to that frequency that is elevated from where we were a while ago. But it's as a collective we are moving. And therefore, this time of darkness, it's actually a time of light, because as light pouring in, there is the darkness that begin to show itself and begin to uplift itself from our conditions. It's wonderful. I think it's really wonderful. Not an easy, it's painful process, but it's wonderful process.
And I totally agree with you. And it's so beautifully explained as well, because that is exactly how I'm seeing this process evolving and unfolding. And the confirmation comes from the fact that there are so many people that tell me, I know it's there, I don't know how to use it. I know that my connection, my evolution is happening, I don't know what to do with it. And then they come with help. And so for the beautiful people out there, trainers, coaches such as yourself, Rickie, that a lot of people can progress and evolve and being led by I always say we are nothing, we are just tools of spirit. We've been designated to do what we are doing, and it's nothing about the ego. In fact, we kind of done a certain process, come a certain life path where we've evolved ourselves, but we are being guided and enlightened so that we can help others as well. Really saying we are assigned to take trance to the next level, which is a merging of traditional mediumship messages and trance life paths, a guidance aligned to the philosophical principles, which is what you meant earlier on.
Yes.
Good evening, Debbie, and thank you for joining us as well. So where do you see us? I mean, we probably want to go into some trans-channeled messages, perhaps, so that we can have time to ask our followers and viewers to ask questions, and maybe continue with our chat after that, perhaps.
Yes.
So I don't know. Would you like to take some time, if you have any directions for our followers as you connect to spirit and open up?
Yes, that's a good idea. So thank you very much, Daniela. Really thank you for even not feeling very well today to host. And that's your commitment. It's your commitment to the School of Consciousness that you have started. And yeah, it's wonderful. So trance mediumship, some of you, the viewers, may or may not know, and some who are here that don't know, a trance mediumship is merging of the mind. So it's under, I'm already moving, my spirit friends are here, so my mental coherenceness is moving away. I'm just feeling it. So if I'm mumbling nonsense, forgive me, because I'm just feeling that. So I'm going to move into an altered state of consciousness, and it's going to take a few moments. So I'm going to close my eyes and invite the spirit friends to join me. And you may or may not see change faces. You may or may not see hear voice change, but it is the content that they bring us. So I've never done this on stream. And so it's always an opportunity for my mind to step out of the way, the mind to step out of the way. So they are merging with the mind, merging with consciousness to consciousness, soul to soul, and so energetics. And so as I'm going to move, inviting the spirit friends, I have recently a beautiful soul, a high priest by the name Jonathan, who have joined me, who has been with me for quite a long time, but began to present himself recently because my vibration have changed. I wasn't able to hold it in the past, but as I changed, then he is coming. If he's coming, if he's the one who is going to show up today, he's a priest. He's a high priest. So what is he going to talk about? God. that's his subject.
May
So
I say, just to interrupt you just quickly, and then I'll leave the screen to you so that people can concentrate on you. But my spirit guide was an archbishop at the Vatican as well. So we both have this as a background. Isn't it interesting that our guides come from such high levels of spiritual
yeah,
and
so
healing?
it's yeah, it's beautiful because it is all about healing. It is absolutely, Daniela, is all about healing, healing, upliftment. They want to continue to serve. They served humanity when they were here, and so we are the instrument they want to continue to serve. And so I'm just going to go, and if they open for question, so Daniela is not going to call my name, Rickie, we have a question for you, because then I'm just going to come back. And so we'll just pause the question, but the wisdom of the spirit world should be answering your question and without you asking the question. And so we're going to go, and it's going to be a short, maybe 10 minutes or so. So let us, Daniela, have I lost you?
No, I'm gonna give you the screen. So I'm gonna be in the background in the back at the back of the studio, but I can hear and see everything and everyone that's going on. Is that okay for you, or you prefer me to be here?
It's perfect. I just didn't know. I'm not familiar with stream very much. Thank you very much. So I'm going to start with a prayer. Let us come together, those who are with us now and those who will be with us later. Let us move into that space we call divine. Beloved Father God, most compassionate, precious, source of all sources, the great spirit of all. As we welcoming the new year, we welcome peace, we welcome love, we welcome wisdom, and we welcome the experiences that will support our growth. We are grateful for the life you have given us. We are grateful for the creation you have created for us. And we are grateful for the experiences we have. Let us serve you. Let us serve you in the most possible ways. Let us be an instrument to humanity, to elevate, to change, to unite, to break the isolation, to break the differences, but to come together as one. To come together as one. united in love, united in unity. Let me be an instrument today, Father God, to elevate, to share, to heal, and to love, as you are here with us, with your light. Amen. So I'm going to take a few moments now and just to merge with my spirit friends. Beloved children of God, I am Jonathan. What type of a blessings would you wish to be receiving today? What type of a blessing you wish to be receiving today that will satisfy your heart? But the blessings from God, the blessing that God has bestowed upon you, upon your creation. Not the creation delivered by your own parents, but the creation of your soul that was delivered from God and by God. And that creation of your soul that was delivered from God and by God to humanity, to your own families, generations upon generations, and will continue generations upon generations. Your soul will never cease to exist. Parts of humanity will, Parts of geographical ideas and boundaries will cease to exist. But your soul, that was created from God and by God, will live for eternity, regardless of its conditions. It will live for eternity. And so the conditions of your minds that will determine the quality of your eternal life. The conditions of your mind, I will repeat, that will determine the quality of your eternal life. The condition that you have within your lives at this present time are determined by the status of your mind. If the status of your mind is such that is attracting and geared for this complaint or this complaint, this challenge or this challenge, the condition is such that will create challenges in your lives. And if the condition is such that is creating challenges in your life, continue to create challenges in your life again and again and again. Wouldn't that come a time that you desire to abandon this condition that create again and again the same of sameness? When you desire to look into your heart truly and honestly, not into the heart of someone else, into your own individual heart, and you begin to realize that the condition that they've created within your mind, created by your mind, not by the circumstances of your life, but by your mind. Jesus' circumstances in his life were quite challenging, wouldn't you say so? Moses' circumstances in his life were challenging, wouldn't you say so? But their mind, their hearts were with God always. And so the conditions that you have in your life, you might say, my circumstances in my life as such that creating this havoc. But it is your mind that creating the havoc within your life. And so, beloved children of God, wouldn't you want to have a blessed year? And the blessed year is you changing the conditions of your mind, which ultimately will change the circumstances of your life. If this is taking place in your life, and with your assessment, it's ready to change, you change it. Regardless to the circumstances, you change it. And the change will be. Do not await the change from external circumstances, but from your internal environment, from your internal atmosphere that these circumstances will change. The Father has not created the circumstances in your life, but He gave you the soul that has all the ammunition to conquer all the conditions of your mind. Remember, you ought to remember that the mind is not your leading torch in your life, but the soul is. And so when you pray, and when you elevate your heart to God, God is with you. God is with you. No battle is to be carried alone. No mind is to be carried alone. And for those of you who have forgotten the presence of God in your life, you have been pursuing this idea and this idea, for this notion or this notion. And you, through your pursuing of those things, that slowly you have been removing yourself from the presence of God within you. So you come back. You come back to that understanding that God is there with you. And every condition that you have within your mind is changeable. And as the condition is changeable within your mind, your heart change. And when your heart change, your life change. And when your life change, your circumstances change. And all around you. And you're able to change not just your life, but the life of others. Because when you have been challenged with a condition within your mind, you're affecting those around you. And when you change with the realization that the Father is with you, you're affecting those around you. And so, beloved children of God, the time is here. Not the time of calamity, not the time of more darkness. This is the conditions. But the time is here. God is with you. God will always be with you. And the more you come to the realization of the light, the more of these calamities and darkness will change. Rest assured that this coming time in your earthly life, that you will experience a great light, a great light. No one ever conquered God. No one will ever conquer God. You may use weaponry in your world as you desire. But as I begin this talk today, the soul is given to you from God, by God, for eternity. So no weaponry in your world will seize it. And therefore, the time of calamities
is coming to an end. Do not be despair or fearful, but rejoice. Rejoice with the knowledge that God is with you. There are no people in the human matter that are closer to God or distant from God. God is with everyone, but the conditions of your lives that will determine how you close or further from God, that will determine the quality of your soul, the quality of your eternal life, and the quality of the conditions of your current life. And so, from our world, we give you the blessings of God, blessings of His love, the blessings of His love that is always with you. Do not be afraid to jump off the mountain. The higher the mountain, the greater, and the greatest is the view. When you jump and you take the leap, you realize the strength that you have. Do not hide behind the mountain or in the mountain, but jump. Jump from the highest mountain to discover and to realize the power of your soul, the power of your soul, which is the power of God. Be with God, children of God. Be with God. Daniela, I'm back.
Very well. Just giving you a moment to come back to us. There are so many things that Jonathan said that so many could actually understand. A beautiful, inspirational message. And it traveled deep into my heart. And it resonated so much. it's quite staggering, the message that whenever the mind gets in the way, it so true is not farther away from our own soul and the highest truth.
Yes.
And when people think they can take some rational decisions, that's when they could take the wrong one, because they're not being inspired.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It was amazing also, there was a level of transformation on your face as well. And I could see your guide manifesting through you with such a powerful presence of imponent higher being, of a very high spiritual level. And, you know, some people, you know, they saying they couldn't recognize you, but we could all see through the beautiful presence that is with you. If you have any questions, let us know. And this is all we need to know, really, at a deeper level. How much we need to trust the inner guidance. Yes, definitely transfiguration. The beautiful transfiguration and the depth of the connection to God, its creation, and how we have to understand that. Absolutely beautiful to watch, absolutely so relaxing. I was all eyes. He was a father energy, absolutely. And I used to, you know, when you go to church and you come across the very powerful spiritual fathers, this is exactly the reverence that I felt. They were so beautiful.
Thank you.
And you were saying, Rickie, that you didn't know what to expect. What would they be coming through? Was this any surprise to you at all?
I felt the echo. I felt the presence of Jonathan right when we started. And the sorry, my brain is not quite fully back. And so his philosophy, because they know what we need and they know what I need, so they deliver. I might want to do this and this and this and this, but they know where we are and what we need. So the philosophy that was delivered today that's what they delivered, which I had a sense of a very powerful healing energies that were delivered at the same time, because the space and the vibration that were here were quite the word that comes to me is sharp. So I feel, I have a sense, I should say, that a healing was delivered while they were speaking. That my sense, and I might be wrong, I don't know, but that's my sense, that the healing was delivered at the same time. And so within the power of the delivery, there is always healing. And that's the presence of them, that vibration that carries the healing within it. So I really hope that people have experienced the energy from the spirit, and I really hope that the delivered message was resonating with most of you or some of you, and that it will um, open up channels within the mind, channels within the being, that to transform our own life here right now, and not to wait for the next moment, not to wait for tomorrow, but today. Just for example, as you came in, we're not feeling well, and shall we do this today? Shall we not do this today? And let's do it today. And we just we just give ourselves, because that's what it's all about. We give ourselves. And Daniela, are you feeling better?
Yes, I'm feeling better now, actually, a little better.
Yeah. So that's
I
what
feel
it's about.
lighter. I feel lighter.
Yeah.
My voice is slightly back, bit more back. Not completely there, but it feels better. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So if anyone have any question about trance or anything related to trance.
Yes, absolutely. So while we feel we're waiting for any questions you may have, Phil is saying, so pleased you mentioned Reiki healing through trance, which is what our work is predominantly moving towards.
Yes. Yes, that's right. Feel. It's all about healing.
It's all about healing. And this was the main bigger thing for me as a medium, was to bring healing and upliftment. That's why I kept saying through time, when I started this channel, this podcast, was to bring healing and upliftment through the words, through the vibrations of the messages. And an interesting question for you as well, just how do you feel? How do you feel after trancing normally?
Thank you, Courtney. I'm more back now. So coming after, moving into it, as they stepping into my energetic field, consciousness, merging. So I'm almost, it's moved out of the way, as if I am somewhere in the distance. I call it La La Land, the twilight zone. And so coming back as if you're coming from a very very deep dream. You've had a deep dream, and you're coming back slowly, and oh, where was it, what happened? And then you're coming back, so more to this lower vibration, from higher vibration, lower vibration, from expanded consciousness to more earthly consciousness, conscious awareness. So it takes stages to come back. If we come back too fast, really too fast, I will be out of sorts for a while. So I've learned to come back slowly. And so my philosophy when we're coming back from trance, do not create too much drama, because then it's about the ego. Yeah. And people say, what is that? Because we want to make it natural. You merging with your spirit guide, it's natural. It's natural. Your soul knows your guides. The mind doesn't, but your soul knows your guide. So it's natural togetherness. It's a natural friendship. It's a natural love. So when we are separating and coming back, so it's a transition, but I am almost fully back. I do feel my head is feeling quite lighter and expanded, but I can speak. I feel more grounded. Maybe that's the right word. I feel more grounded. Yes. So when I finish, I'll stand up, do a little bit of movement, and I'll be good for the day.
So, what would you suggest to people that are considering taking up trance mediumship, trance healing?
Yeah, my first suggestion is why? Why do you want to do it? What attracts you to it?
Mm.
And then make sure that you are taking a workshop with an absolute tutor that is established within their trance. Not someone who's taken a weekend workshop and now they want to teach. Also, highly recommend to connect to someone who is spiritual and walking, what do you say, walking the talk? Like this. Yeah. So not ego inflated. I mean,
I
we all
hear.
have, we all have egos, but the the degree of inflated ego, that's so I would recommend first why you want to do trance, what attracts you to it, and are you having experiences, do you feel the presence, have you been doing mediumship for a while, because trance is a natural progression from mediumship. Have you been doing mediumship for a while and you're feeling stuck, you need something else, maybe that spirit is moving you into, and so begin to search a teacher, a tutor of trance that is actually doing trance and established and also a spiritual, not an entertainer. Um, and so that's so step by step by step by step by step, step by step by step, because trance takes time. It takes time. And Simone Key always say it's refinement and progression. I love Simone. It's refinement and progress. So you refine and progress your trance. And so as you refine, I couldn't hold Jonathan vibration in the past. He came years ago and he said, one day I will reveal myself to you. And that one day was this year, that he, because the energy and the refinement was as such that I can hold that vibration. So that would be my recommendation. That would be my recommendation, to really take your time with trance. Don't be afraid of it. In my fundamental of trance, the workshop fundamental, we talk about debunking the myth, because there is a lot of fear around trance, particularly possessions and attachment and all of that stuff. Then it's coming from somewhere. So as you taking your time, you're being gentle with yourself, with the merging and the blending and the understanding. Don't just go there 100 miles an hour, but go there 5, 10 miles an hour, and that progression will be solid for you. It's a lifelong relationship. It's not an overnight. It's not a weekend workshop. It's a lifelong relationship. But within the workshop, you get the guidance and you get the support, and you get the opportunity to share and evolve. Mm-hmm.
A lot of what you're saying is resonating with me. And as you were talking about the natural progression in connection to spirit, I just wanted to quickly bring the example of a dear friend of mine in Italy. She's keeping her newfound spiritual gift to herself. She's not ready because she's afraid of the familiar religious/Catholic environment, not accepting quite. And she was saying to me the other day that she's a spirit artist, effectively speaking, because she's been doing some beautiful painting, spirit painting. And now suddenly she said that she feels that recently her arm and her hand were tingling. And she said, I'm a bit scared. I don't know what's going on with me, Daniela. What is it? And and then she mentioned, sometimes I feel like I need to write, but I don't understand why. Hold on, I'm here. Let me guide you through this. And so what we did, I said, this is automatic writing. So spirit is coming through to you and they want you to start writing messages. So I've asked her to do an exercise and to start writing down. And then I said, okay, perfect. And now let's do it together. And that was the proof in the pudding, because guess what? The messages we both were talking about the same thing. She
Beautiful.
was, it's nothing to do with trance, but to demonstrate what you're saying about no matter, even if she's not developing, like in a group or something, spirit is taking care of her and she's developing as a soul. And now she's understanding that they wanted to start giving messages and to help her, above all, develop her connection to her mind and to her spirit and soul. And so, as I mentioned before, we are all evolving.
Yes.
Whether we are aware of it, such as you and I and a lot of our followers, they are aware already of this process. And the ones that are not in a network, support network, knowing that things are happening. And she was the proof for me that spirit is working with everyone and it's calling the troops. They are trooping us together towards the same direction.
Yeah.
Isn't this beautiful?
Oh, absolutely. 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 Yeah, it's wonderful that she has you to be able to, hey, Daniela, what's going on in here? And you can give her the guidance. It's gorgeous. Absolutely.
So I know that I'm there. We know, we are aware, we are there for each other for a reason,
Yes. Yes.
so it's absolutely beautiful. And so when you will come to the UK for your workshops, can you please tell us where we will be able to find you so that whoever will be watching this video, this recording afterwards, where can we find your workshops?
So I have them on Zoom starting January 18. The new series, it's about 12 modules. Easy to call them modules, but yeah, beginners, intermediate, advanced. And in person, I will be in Blackpool April 3, 4, 5, and that's held by Joe Bradley. Here in person in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, Simone Key is coming, and she will be here from September 24 to the 29th, 6 days of. She will be the principal tutor I'm hosting of trance work. So it's almost sold out. There's few spots left only. It's fantastic, and you can reach out to me. Email or Rickie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Rickie Avitan, my website,
Did you
and
mention you will be in London as well?
I visiting but not working, not at the moment.
Visiting. Okay.
Yeah, unless you have plans for me, then I can.
Well, what's
Spirit
better?
told me I'm going to Sweden. Sweden in my trance last week. They say Sweden. It says Sweden. Okay, I've just learned to surrender. We just surrender.
Yeah,
That's it. Just surrender.
that's the way we need to do it. So I would like to bring this podcast to a close. My voice seems to be walking away ahead of me. So thank you ever so much for your beautiful presence, for Jonathan, for his guidance, for your trance. I would like to say thank you to everyone that has taken time away from the 1st of January to join us. Oh, look at that.
Thank you, Phil. That's awesome.
Dear.
Thank you.
So I'm pretty sure there will be a few plans coming up for you. I can hear Spirit getting busy already. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Thank you ever so much. Rickie, I wish you a blessed, a healthy, and abundant year ahead. I know Spirit will keep you much more busy than you know now. And I feel just so blessed to have had the opportunity to host you. And I know that we will be, meeting again in the future. I'm pretty sure when you come to London, we will be meeting up. Besides, on the 8th of April is my birthday. So you are in Aries, so we probably can get together for a small
Yes.
celebratory drink, perhaps with Phil as well, who is part of the Wimbledon Spiritualist Church in London. So, giving you much love. Thank you, everyone. I'm just so pleased that we have started in the best way possible 2025 with this podcast. More to come. I will be publishing the future dates with my new guests. Thank you. So, Rickie, all the best, and we will be in touch.
Thank you
Excuse me,
very much.
very soon. Thank you, everyone on YouTube and Facebook for following us. You take care, everyone.
Happy
And
New Year.
see you very soon. Thank you, Rickie. Thank you.
Happy New Year. Thank you, Daniela, for having me. Thank you, everybody, for being here. God
Such a
bless.
pleasure. God bless you. Bye now.